and she'll like take it and then like, eat it herself. And no, absolutely not. Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying-Model-Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest video podcast. This is the second time that I've recorded this episode, because the first time I didn't have my camera plugged into the mic thing properly, and nearly an hour of me talking to myself with no audio. So let's plaster on a smile and plow through this one more time, shall we? Luckily, it's a joy to do. And this episode is brought to you by channel members Immortal Slayer 90, Vintage Bob, Alpha of the Pack, Matt, and Toby Ritz. Guys, thank you so much for supporting the channel. And if you want to have your name immortalized at the start of this program, well, you can do by picking up a YouTube channel membership. Guys, thank you so much for supporting the show. It genuinely means the world. And now, with that all being said, it's time for the only news that matters, and that's good news. Up for pre-order now is the pop costume Ghost Attendant. 1/6 scale, which is a blessing in my case because it means that I'm not going to be getting her. If she was 1/12 scale, haha, I got a bit of a cyberpunk kick going on at the moment, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. I love this kind of neo aesthetic. And this, I was originally not that impressed because I thought the face looked a little bit pale and porcelain and not much attitude going on there. And then I saw some of the different face plates that you can swap out, and I realized, no, this one's rocking a lot of character. And even though it has a swappable faceplate, so there might be a bit of a line where you connect it, that doesn't matter. When it's cyberpunk and this is an android-y kind of character, you can get away with some little lines and things because it just adds some cybernetic-looking detail. Everything this comes with, the soft goods, the weapons, the extra arms that we're looking at, this is really cool. I'm kind of marking out for this. So like I said, it's not 1/12, so I won't be getting it. I'm going to wait for those Jada cyberpunk figures. Those look like a lot of fun. But if you're more of a 1/6 scale person, then this is going to look awesome on your shelf. Do you find yourself getting to sleep too easily at night? Well, maybe you might want to get this 1/6 scale Asmus Toys Zombie Girl to sit on your shelf and stare at you into your soul, just waiting for the moment that you let your guard down and close your eyes and drift off into slumber, because you know that she'll come to life, or undeath, and murder you in your sleep. I mean, that's got to be a given, which is why I wouldn't have this doll within 50 feet of me. Even that sounds way too close. But if you're one of those sick little puppies who love something that looks absolutely terrifying on your shelves, then Asmus Toys have got you covered. Probably with a whole bunch of other horrifying stuff as well. I wouldn't know. I'm too much of a little baby. This ain't for me. But it might be for you. Something that's much more appealing to my eye, though, is the Hasbro G.I. Joe Classifieds line, and they got a whole bunch of figures up for pre-order on Hasbro Pulse right now. Kicking things off with heavy duty. We got some heavy duty booty up in here, daddy-o. I love the look of this guy. It's not a mech, but the equipment, whatever it is that he's wearing, his big gun thing, is technically what I think it's called. It looks great. I love this. My only caveat, my only pause for concern is the amount of little itty-bitty accessories that if it was left in my hands, I would inevitably lose and would drive me crazy. I'm looking at the little missiles and the little blast effects and thinking, oh, if those fell on my carpet, they would never be seen again. Mainly because when anything drops onto my carpet, it then evaporates into an alternate dimension. I'm sure you guys are familiar with this too. I don't need to recount when I lost one of Moon Knight's sickles and ripped my room to pieces trying to find it. That might have had something to do that the year was 2020 and none of us were in a good place mentally back then. I think I'd cope with a lost accessory a little better in 2024. At least I hope I would. So heavy duty, he looks really good. He's going to be $34.99 and as I said, up for pre-order now. And to go with him, you got to have some Cobra representation. We got a couple here. So there's the G.I. Joe Classified Series 151 Trench Viper and Cobra Modular Fortification. So we saw these reviewed, or revealed even, at New York Comic Con. Now they're up for pre-order, $54.99. A big chunk of change, but it is quite a cool setup. I thought it was a Cobra porta potty at first. I was wrong. Got to get my mind out of the toilet. But having these together, everything is army buildable when it comes to the Cobra forces and G.I. Joe classified. It looks fun. It looks great. I love diorama pieces, so I'm going to mark out for this. And the accessories do all look nice. The little extra diorama bits and pieces you can put in there. I kind of dig it. I really, really do. And the Trench Viper just looks pretty awesome. So that's a good looking set. And then finally, rounding things out, I've spoken about him before, Nemesis Immortal, aka Nemesis Enforcer. He's up for pre-order. $44.99, a big price tag, but he's a big boy as well. Huge, glorious wingspan, the weird octopusy looking thing that he comes with. I don't know, I'm sure it has a name. Stick that on his back. He's going to look wicked. It gets a little bit too aliens and cosmos for me at this point. That's kind of where I checked out of G.I. Joe, even as a child. When we got to Globulus and aliens and Cobra-La, I was like, this is getting a little bit far from what I would consider my G.I. Joe, said 9-year-old Dave. But I won't deny, he does have a great, awesome look to him. And especially, even though they've changed it now because of copyright, the name Nemesis Enforcer, that's got to be the coolest name ever. Now this is something very bizarre, but very, very cool. Going hardcore anime type figures now. We've got ourselves the Big Firebird build die-cast action figure EX03 Natcha. And this is Natcha average action figure. Did you see what I did there? Yeah, I know, it was terrible. So we've got a two-piece kind of figure, which is very popular at the moment, is the anime girl with her robot mech that she can combine with and use as armor or a weapon or anything like that. I love the aesthetic of the kind of Egyptian sort of look, but with a futuristic cyber kind of bent to it as well. And there's so many different permutations you can have this character in, whether it's the lady with the spider, or the spider being like battle armor, or you can go full Transformers weird craziness and turn the lady and the spider into a Transformer combiner type creature, making this huge, big humanoid arachnid tarantula monstrosity that honestly does look amazing. So this is going to be released around about the fourth quarter of this year, which, as I say that, is now. So I'm going to keep an eye out for this girl when I go on a toy hunt, because, I don't know, I could be tempted. It looks amazing. Very quickly, Loose Collector have shown off a little sneaky peek at their upcoming Burning Hammer Krav Maga figure. This one's going to be called Hannah. Hannah, who does Krav Maga, who I'm getting a bit of a Claire Redfield from Resident Evil 2 kind of vibe here. If her costume is red or pink, then yeah, I'm going to get some of those aesthetics going on. But hey, Loose Collector, if you're going to do a little video game tribute figure, how about Blaze from Streets of Rage? I'm still trying to manifest a good 1/12 Streets of Rage line. So come on, man. If anyone can do it, I know it would be you. Big Bad Toy Store have revealed the 2-pack, the second part of their Pumpkin Man 2-pack from Naughty or Nice Studios. We had the original Pumpkin Dude revealed, and now we've got his counterpart in the checked flannel shirt, and both of them look exactly like the kind of Halloween aesthetic I love. That real sort of, would you call it like middle America, like the heartland, sort of real Snoopy, Peanuts type ooky spooky, earnest, scared, stupid type Halloween. They're real Americana sort of Halloween. The Ben what's-his-name costumes and all that kind of stuff. I've got a real romanticized feeling about an American Halloween in my heart. Must have been all the media I consumed. And these fit that description perfectly. Love the look, love the aesthetic. Ben Cooper! That's what I was thinking of. And yeah, these pumpkin guys, I think they look terrific. Star Ace Toys have pre-orders now for their King Kong figure from Kong Godzilla New Empire. This is a deluxe version who's going to be coming out with the big metal arm brace that he has as well. Because sometimes a giant gorilla just isn't enough to get the job done. You gotta spruce things up a little bit. It's a bit like wearing a hat on a hat. It's like, wow, this is a giant kaiju gorilla. Not only that, but he's got a robot arm. All right, sold. So he looks very cool. Star Ace Toys done a good looking Kong here. As I said, up for pre-order now, going to be released around about springtime of next year. So if you want to add this big kaiju baddie to your shelf, then you can get your pre-orders in now. Mars Toys have revealed a 1/12 scale Oswald Cobblepot, or Oz Cobb, as he's known from the Penguin TV show. Colin Farrell, what a transformation into this character, and the toy looks terrific. It looks almost like a Madame Tussauds waxwork of the actor. The likeness looks amazing. Then with the soft goods as well, it looks like a real labor of love in this. I need to watch the Penguin show. I've heard nothing but good things. From what I understand, it starts out kind of like this is kind of like The Sopranos, but without the charm, and then it gets better and better. So I need to jump on board with this. So yeah, this looks kind of cool. Going to be going up for pre-order soon. If I have any more information when I'm editing this video, I'll include it. But in the meantime, we got a lot of pretty pictures to look at. And now we got a big one for me, one of my favorite franchises of all time, Berserk. Figma are going to be doing Skull Knight. Not only Skull Knight, but two different versions, one with his skull horsey as well, which is just adorable. So Skull Knight on his own is going to run you just shy of $100, and then with the horse, it's about $135, $140. It looks great. I mean, Figma always makes super lush action figures. I got my first one not that long ago with Samus, and I thought, okay, I get it. I get the hype. And certainly it will take the bad taste of the SH Figure Arts Berserk figures out of my mouth. I say figures, it was just Berserk Guts himself that was a letdown, but it was enough to put me off the line. When you can't get the main character right, gonna be struggling for the rest of them. Hey, it saved me money, so that's okay. But yeah, Skull Knight looks amazing. I can't see from the pictures how much articulation is in the horse, but it looks like in different angles, like the legs are bending, so you probably can put it in various poses, but even just sat stoically, it's gonna look pretty badass. I really love the look of this. Now, since G.I. Joe are bringing in the heavy-duty artillery, it's only fair that Cobra have got something to counter them with, and Gridiron Studios is where they'd be able to go to get some of that artillery. Just been revealed these amazing-looking bipedal combat mechs. Whew! You know what I was saying about army building? There you go. You could get a whole ton of these. And some of them, obviously prices vary depending on what versions and formats and types and accessories you go for. But the basic base model of about $40? That's not crazy, because I know that some of these bespoke third-party accessories, they can run pretty high. It looks like Gridiron Studios have done a good job of keeping the price pretty reasonable, and just the aesthetics look so cool. I'm getting a big bang of Metal Gear type vibes here from the Walker, from Metal Gear Solid 5. Man, I know that Delta's coming out soon, but we need a brand new Metal Gear game. Maybe one day. In the meantime, though, you can recreate your Solid Snake fantasies along with G.I. Joe, and what's the other one? Operation Monster Force as well. This is designed to fit in perfectly with all of those lines, and dang it, I think they look wicked. Playmates Toys are giving us some cheeky Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle collectibles. I was going to say figures, whatever you want to class them as. They're these adorable little baby turtles. And someone asked me the other day, they were like, Dave, how many Ninja Turtle sets do I really need? And the answer is just one, actually. Just one that you love more than any others. And if these are going to be that for you, then hey, go for it. For me personally, you know, the one thing that just gives me the ick about them is Leonardo has the cheese all over his face, and I'm like, ew, no, sorry, I can't stand watching people feed babies. Food should be on a plate or in a tummy, but when you see it all like around the mouth, ugh, no. And occasionally you'll see a mother feeding a baby, and then they'll have some food there, and then she'll like take it, and then they'll eat it herself, and no, absolutely not. Can you tell Dave's not gonna have kids? I can. Now, in the words of Audrey from Little Shop of Horrors, isn't that bizarre? Yeah, Mondo, this is bizarre. An American Werewolf in London soft vinyl display thing? It looks like a popcorn bucket. So we've got this display thing of the wolf head with two of the nightmare creatures inside it. I don't know what designer came up with this or what inspired them to do it, but hey, God bless you, sir. You're bringing some uniqueness into the world. And you can bring $125 over to Mondo if you want to get hold of this. It's certainly an unusual curiosity. I love American Werewolf in London, but that nightmare scene still gives me nightmares. So I don't want any of those creatures in any kind of action figure form. The wolf head looks like a lot of fun though. So yeah, this is definitely one for the hardcore American Werewolf collector, probably the one who has everything. Well, now they can have this. And sticking with Mondo, they've revealed officially their first set of real Ghostbusters figures. Is this the first set, or have we had other ones as well? They've revealed more real Ghostbusters. Let's go with that. So we're getting Peter Venkman with Slimer, but also you can get Sam Wayne. Is it Sam Hain? Sam Hain, that's the one. You can get Sam Hain as well. You can either get Peter and Slimer and Sam Hain separately, or you can have them combined in a 3-pack, I guess you would call it. So Peter and Slimer, they're about $100. Sam Hain, he is also about $100. So Mondo, it's expensive. You do get a lovely action figure for your money, a lot of accessories, beautiful cartoon likenesses. They look great, but certainly they're going to run you a little more high-end. So you got to ask yourself, how much do I love the real Ghostbusters and how much do I love the Mondo aesthetic? If the answers to both of those are pretty high on the scale for you, then this is going to be an essential purchase. I certainly love the look of them, but I couldn't run to that kind of price tag myself. But if you can, then dang it, more power to you. Super 7 are giving us a new Devastator in their vintage carded type range. Let me read off the blurb for you. Super 7 say, he devastates things. Devastates them right in the mouth? That's literally what it says. Devastates them in the mouth. Is that a quote from something? Let's carry on. The latest 6-inch tall articulated Transformers Wrecking Crew Devastator reaction figure is inspired by the original Japanese toy from the 1980s and features the Constructicon Warrior in a yellow, orange, and blue colorway. Includes a Magna laser accessory and comes packed in with oversized window box packaging. And he's ready to devastate you right in the mouth. I don't know if that's an ineffective threat or actually a very scary threat. It's quite unusual. Gosh, you know, it's almost like the toy gods heard me lamenting how I'm not going to spend money on a 1/6 scale cyberpunk figure, and they went, okay, Dave, don't worry, we got another way to get hold of your money. And this time it's Snail Shell, who are going to be giving us the Snail Shell X Ami Ami 1/12 Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Game Monster Figure Collection Masquerena Version 1 DX Edition. Whew! That's a lot of words in that there word salad. But what it gives you is a pretty awesome looking action figure. I guess, obviously, from the card game Yu-Gi-Oh! Or the anime, manga, cartoon, this character. I don't know her, but I love the aesthetic. I think this looks so cool with the jacket, soft goods, with the looks, the colors, the accessories, just everything that I'm glancing at here, the weird cat bobblehead thing. Yes. Okay, you got me, Snail Shell. I really, really like the look of this. Whole bunch of interchangeable faceplates and accessories and all that jazz as well. This looks really, really cool. Don't know where it's from, but love the aesthetic. Snail Shell, they are cranking out more and more of these anime girls. They're making it rain, anime girls, and each one has a certain little je ne sais quoi that appeals in a different way. This one, gothic, Lolita, cyberpunk, cat person. Yeah, that's a whole lot of fun things all smooshed into one action figure. Up for pre-order now on Big Bad Toy Store and many other places as well. We've got the McFarlane Toys Mortal Kombat 1 Sub-Zero statue. Almost that action figure, but there ain't no action in this here figure. Todd must be in hog heaven right now. This is the golden age for Todd McFarlane. He's able to make all these characters without a single point of articulation. But if you just want a nice looking Sub-Zero statue, then this is going to be for you. $50, and he does look pretty cool. I imagine we're probably going to get a whole bunch of other ones as well. I'm surprised they didn't kick things off with Scorpion, but if they're doing Sub-Zero, I'm sure the Yellow Ninja can't be far behind. Hasbro have also put up for pre-order a whole bunch of Star Wars figures, so allow me to cast my eyes down at my notes. I'm going to read out what we've got. So, from Episode 1, we're getting a Star Wars The Black Series Sebulba. He's going to be $24.99. Then also with the Black Series, we're getting Luminara Unduli, $24.99. Both of those going to be released around summertime next year. Then also Black Series Shakti, $24.99, summer 2025. You can see a little pattern here. Then going over to the Vintage Collection, we're getting Aura Singh, $16.99, summer of next year. And then finally, we're getting from the Vintage Collection, Lieutenant Callahan, also going to be $16.99, summer of next year. Wow, that was probably one of the fastest, most efficient segments I've ever done. Don't worry, there's not going to be many more like that. Much more rambling nonsense to come. For all you 1980s video game fans, myself included, Syndicate Studios are giving us Double Dragon figures. We had these revealed a little while ago, now they're up for pre-order. $50 each! So they are pretty expensive, but I mean, hey look, can you really put a price on nostalgia? Most companies are trying to figure out the answer to that, and so far it seems, nah, not really. So we're getting Billy, Jimmy, and Willie, or Bimmy and Jimmy if you go with the old Japanese translations. God bless them, a winner is you. I still refer to a belly to back suplex in pro wrestling as a Bimmy to Jimmy, because that was something that the OSW lads coined, and I kind of like it. It always makes me chuckle. So we've got Bimmy, Jimmy, and Willie, a whole bunch of accessories with them as well, so they probably will be very nice collectible editions. But it is a hefty price tag. But I just see these and I can picture the Double Dragon artwork on the arcade cabinet. There's a whole lot of sense memory that come with these figures, so you can go check them out at the usual retailers. I think these might prove to be quite popular. Patriot Studios are doing a not Chris Redfield from Resident Evil. This is Captain Silverblade, and it does look great. You don't have to have the Resident Evil name to know exactly what you're looking at. As a 1/12 scale military dude, even if you don't want to collect Resident Evil figures, he just looks really cool. But with the diorama base, that's what sets this apart. That's what makes this a standalone collectible piece. I love it, with the T-virus infected crow and the dog, the lamppost, all the little bits of detail on there. That's just the diorama, not to mention the gorgeous looking soft goods, all the accessories with the guns and grenades. I like what I'm looking at. It's at the Good Lord scale, 1/12, the best scale. So this has really caught my eye. I want some Resident Evil monsters, or more of them. I know we got some third-party lickers and zombies, but where's William Birkin? Where's a great-looking tyrant? That is a line I could dive headfirst into. But in the meantime, we just got one or two little figures coming out here and there, but every time we get one of these high-end ones, Bayek. They do look gorgeous. Speaking of Operation Monster Force, Fresh Monkey Fiction have got a new drop available for pre-order. I'm going to read off the whole blurb so that I get it right. So they are doing, for Operation Monster Force, Nightshade Unit Delta Red 1/12 scale figure. This figure is now open for pre-order as part of Big Bad Toy Store's 25th anniversary and includes alternate portraits for both Declan Van Helsing and Delta Red Trooper. And it goes on to say, join Declan Van Helsing and his Delta Red unit for Operation Nightshade as they plan a rescue mission for the Senator Goldie Hawk, who was kidnapped by the Forgotten King's Kilowog Night Hunters. Man, Delta Red, Van Helsing, Kilowog Night Hunters. Fresh Monkey Fiction. Your fiction behind your figures is so much fun. I love a toy line that's actually having all this story and lore behind it. It's like you are recreating an 80s cartoon franchise back in the good old days where cartoons were made specifically to sell action figures. That's what this feels like, and these look super cool as well. Go check them out at Big Bad Toy Store. Here's a fun little silly one. Chia Pet are doing a Homer Simpson disappearing into the hedge meme Chia Pet thing. I was going to say figure, thing, whatever you call it. It's a fun little concept and just makes so much sense. The Homer disappearing into a hedge. How perfect is that for Chia Pet? So yeah, for the Simpson fan who has everything, this would be a really fun novelty gift. Sticking with statues, but going over to anime this time, we got a new One Piece figure. I'm going to read off all the info here. We're getting a Figure Arts Zero Extra Battle Monkey D. Luffy Gum Gum Hawk Gatling figure. You can see why I had to read that one off there. This is going to be released around about April of next year. Pre-orders going up November 1st, and there you go. He looks like a lot of fun. And sticking with anime, SH Figure Arts are also going to give us a My Hero Academia figure. This guy is Shoto Todoroki, going to be released May of next year. It says here he's got the cool cold guy looks, but his heart is burning with passion. Shoto Todoroki from the ever popular series anime My Hero Academia is joining the SH Figure Arts line. Half cold, half hot as his quirk, Shoto can generate ice and flame from his body. Flash Fire Fist Phosphor part, which Shoto used in the recent series, also comes with his Shoto, so you can recreate the most recent awesome fighting scenes. My Hero Academia fans, I'm sure those words made sense to you. Over in Custom Corner, I want to give a shout out to whoever made this Venom horse. So of course it's from Venom 3, and I wasn't a big fan of the movie, but I appreciate an amazing custom job when I see it. This was linked from a Chinese account, so I don't know what the best way to find the creator is. But I wanted to showcase the work anyway, just because it's a whole lot of fun. Don't know what the base body was or how they put it together, but the final result was an awesome looking symbiote horse. So kudos to you, mystery creator person. You made a good-looking action figure. Over in Artist Alley, I want to shout out Crab, who I have featured on this show before, but they did this Tomb Raider piece, which caught my eye because I just started watching the Netflix Tomb Raider show, and it didn't really vibe with me. It seemed fine, but I was like, I don't need to dedicate any more time to this. However, if they had drawn Lara Croft like Crab does, then dang it, yeah, might have won me over. Honestly, I think the Tomb Raider herself has never looked better, and I just love the way that Crab will do all these famous characters, but in his own very specific, unique style, which is mainly just the normal character, but one who takes their creatine and goes to the gym a lot. And honestly, that's a good looking aesthetic to me. So this slightly more buffed up, badass looking Lara Croft, yeah, absolutely awesome. I saw it and I went, yeah, that's gonna go on the thumbnail. Over in Cosplay Corner, gonna give a shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah, someone who probably doesn't need the rub from model behavior, but I'm gonna mention her anyway, because just like a lot of celebrities, she likes to make a big deal at Halloween, and this year, she's doing Starfire from Teen Titans, and I'm very impressed. The cosmic Teen Titan character never looked better. I was about to describe who Starfire was, and then I realized I really don't know anything about her besides the fact that she's an alien person. I only really know her from the Teen Titans animated show, which even as a grown-ass man, I thought was a lot of fun. But if you check out Megan Thee Stallion's other Instagram pictures, she actually has quite a few comic book-inspired characters that she's done. So yeah, go give her a follow. This small underground struggling artist. How nice of model behavior to sprinkle some of my famous pixie dust on her. You know, Megan Thee Stallion, I think she might be quite big one day. And folks, that does it for good news for today. What did you think about the items covered? Comment below. Let me know. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then you know what you gotta do. You gotta join the 6-1 Clicks by clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons. And if you want to go one step beyond in supporting the channel, then you can do by getting yourself a YouTube channel membership. By doing that, you help me keep the lights on. I can get more episodes made. Plus, you can watch all the exclusive videos, comment in the live streams, and no, that's about it, I think. But I think that's a pretty good deal. So guys, thank you so much for all your support. And until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Cup of coffee, big time.